Whether you should buy a franchise or start your own business, there's a lot of decision making thought that goes into that equation. But where you start with that is with yourself. What type of person are you? Look back at your history, look back at the jobs that you've worked, look back at your career, look back at your life. And are you the type of person that truly, at your core, do you like to create things? Well, if you like to create things, you might want to consider starting something on your own. Do you like to follow somebody else's system? Do you feel comfortable? Are you easy to buy into somebody else's model and say, yeah, I can ride that horse. That's a great horse to ride. I mean, these are things that you really need to think about, and they may sound simple, but it's really taking a deep dive into your own history, your own personality. I deal with people every week who thought they wanted to buy a franchise because they got stuck on, boy, look at how well this franchise does. Or they thought to themselves, boy, I never see this kind of business go out of business. It's going to be a home run. So they're thinking only about the money. They're not thinking about the underlying business model. They're not thinking about their own tendencies. And quite frankly, they're not thinking about what's going to make them happy. So when I work with people, and I love working with people at the outset, when they're really making these really difficult decisions, whether or not should you look at a franchise or should you try to do something your own, these are the kind of things that I walk people through. And they border between legal and business advisory, but it's all mixed together when you're trying to figure out the path that you want to go down. And so it's very, very important to take that self-assessment, to really look at yourself, and for a minute, try to block away all the outside influences. Because most people, before they start a business, always ask themselves, do I want to do it myself? Or is there another model that I can look to and incorporate? But then what happens is they skip over their own tendencies, their own likes, dislikes, and they just go right to, ooh, is this business going to be successful? Because they have that fear inside that if I try to do it myself, I somehow don't know enough. And so I'm going to go with somebody else. There's that comfort level. But if it's not a right fit for you, and if your experiences, whatever your work, life, historical experiences are, if that's not a good match for the kind of franchise you're buying, you're not going to have a very good chance of success.